everyone, welcome to Bowls 360. So it is round 8 of the Premier League this weekend. With me as normal, Lee, the Lord Such. Hey, Such.
Hello everyone, hello Simon.
How you going?
Very well, very well.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Certainly is. Nice afternoon, should be a good weekend of bowls.
Yeah. So first up we have tonight's game, of course, the catch-up round 6 game. Let's have a look at the teams for that. And the rink draw's been done. The rink draw sits as they stand head-to-head. So do you want to go through the skippers and
let's have a look.
See how we go picking our rinks? Alright, first cap off the rank, Christina. Well, I'll do the team changes first. Well, there aren't any actually. But head-to-head record, 5-1 to Manning, and at Manning it is a 3-0 record to Manning. Mount Lawley never having won at Manning. It is 5th versus 2nd. What are your overall thoughts of the game, Sachi?
Well, this is my pick for the final. Actually, I think these are, Mount Lawley have had that slow start with the first game like last year, and they've been unbeaten ever since. Manning have had a couple of losses. But I just can't go against Manning all year. I just think with the start team they've got, this is a flip of the coin. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Mount Lawley came out and got him. But just the sheer fact that it's home, I've gone with the home side.
Yeah, I agree. They're the two standout teams on paper for the year. So this should be a cracker tonight, and encourage anyone to get out there and watch the game if they're able to. I've got 2 Christmas parties to attend tonight,
right.
So I won't be getting out there, but it certainly will be a good game. But let's do a head-to-head skippers. See how we go there. So Rig 1 will be Christina playing Daniel Chirella. What do you reckon?
It's going to be a very interesting matchup, that one. I dare say DT will be up and about. You always hear plenty of noise from him, so obviously he's a big attraction in any side. Tends to feed off his team and feed off the other rinks, so Christina won't be phased about that.
No.
Christina's, she's played
experience.
She's played at the highest level, so no, should be a pretty good matchup.
Who are you picking?
I'll just go DT. I think DT will just get over the line.
Me too. Scott Walker will be playing Corey Bassant.
Well, Scotty, the new recruit, has been going quite well too. Nathan Jones has got a very good rink as well. The Bassant brothers, obviously they know each other. They've played bowls together forever, and I'm just going to go with Scotty Walker on that one.
I've got some good stats for you. I was going to do a graphic, but I've run out of time. But Corey, for people that played over 50 games as a Premier League skipper, Corey sits 3rd.
Right.
Overall, as a win strike rate, he's sitting at about 68-69% win rate record. So he's got a surprisingly good record as a skipper, because I don't think people look at him and think, yeah, I'm going to lose to him, but he has a very, very good winning record. So I'm going to go Corey in that one. Warren Holt will be playing Ben Leggett.
Actually another good matchup here. I think I'll pick 6-2, so that means I'll probably have to go Benny with this one. Getting over Warren, tough one to pick there. With Warren, obviously just back from Tassie, the Australian Triples champion. Blake obviously went over as well for the state pairs. With the country boys with them there, so it'll be a really good game. But I'm just going to go Benny. Benny's in some form at the moment. Yeah,
me too. Talk about the skipper's percentages. Ben sits at 72.5%, but he hasn't played 50 games as a skipper yet. He's played 40 and won 72%, which would place him number 1. Overall, out of all time, of all people played more than 50 games. So we'll talk about state sides maybe another day, but I'm staggered that Ben is not a state skipper. He can obviously skip well and wins, is a winner, so I'm going to go with Ben in that rink as well. And Glenn Pauling plays Jack East.
GP been around for a very long time, playing against young Jack. Obviously I've got Manning for the win, so I'll have to go with Glenn on this one. Should be pretty good game. All 4 of them are going to be pretty good games, but Glenn and Mitch have had a very good reputation together for quite some time, so I'll stick with the home guys on that one.
I'm the same. I'll pick Glenn. I'm going Matt Lawley overall 7-1, and you're going with Manning 6-2.
Yeah, it's a big weekend. If we look at last weekend when Aussie Park had the double header, they came out and had a double duck egg. So really, the winner of this game's got a really good opportunity to lead the field after this week. The loser, obviously, they can face 0-2 as well, and that drops them probably out of the 4. So big weekend for these 2 teams.
Huge game. I mean, it's going to be the game of the year, probably, is my prediction. So let's go to Saturday's games, the traditional round 8 fixtures. Aussie Park are playing Mount Lawley, as you mentioned. It is a 3-3 head-to-head record at Osborne Park. Mount Lawley hold the trumps there 2-1. In for Aussie Park, Clapworthy and Rawlings, Thomas and Masengo out. And for Mount Lawley, which is probably the same for tonight, Loftus comes in for Shane Knott's single appearance so far.
Well, it's just huge for Aussie Park after last weekend's
Oh.
disaster. They lose this one, they probably are going to be out of the four. Mount Lawley, I've tipped Mount Lawley. So if they can get over Manning tonight and win this one, then they're looking really good going into the second half. But yeah, I think they can do it today.
I've picked Matt Lawley as well. I said last week that until Aussie Park start losing, I'm not going to tip against them. Well, didn't they lose in a big way? Unbelievable, 8-0 Saturday and Sunday. So, Matt Lawley, look, their man Manning, as we've mentioned, look, the team to beat this year. So Osborne Park for me there. Sorrento are playing South Perth. Head-to-head, a 4-6-1 record to Sorrento. At Sorrento, though, it is a 3-2 record. He's sixth, playing third. For Sorrento, there's been a bit of a shake-up this week. Some departures there. Bruce Eagles, Paul Knight have crossed over to North Beach, which surprised a lot of people. I got a load of texts this week about the transfers. So Marshall out as well. Dunstan and Douglas come in. There's no name yet listed on Bowling, but I've heard it's probably Robbie Urquhart from South Perth. I think he's transferred across to Sorrento.
Okay. Yeah, right.
We'll see if that plays out. For South Perth, Otto Dawson comes in. Danny Penman must be unavailable this weekend. Should be a good game.
Yeah, I didn't realise Brady Dix as well as
Brady Dix.
He departed as well. Sorrento, I believe Gansby went to.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're three pretty decent players that they've lost. Bruce has been there for quite some time, and
17 years, he told me.
So yeah, so that's two skips and a third that have departed in the last few weeks, and I think that's going to hurt him. I think that is going to hurt him.
Yeah.
I probably would have taken him otherwise, but I have gone South Perth now.
Yeah, me too. These sort of disruptions can either really unify a group or they can really just splinter it apart. But we'll see what Saturday brings for them. But until we know, it's they're so fractured at the moment and simmering away for a few years is what we've heard. So yeah, South Perth for me as well. Cambridge are playing Leeming. They haven't played each other in the Premier League. It is 7th versus 9th. Manning comes in for Palmer at Cambridge, and at Leeming, Phil Dobie is back for Bertai. Oops, not that one. That one.
Cambridge, they handed a duck egg away from home. They don't get too many away wins like that. The Knights, big opportunity for them because they actually still have a catch-up game as well, which they'll play next week.
Yep.
So a great opportunity here if they can put 7 or 8 points on Leeming, which really get back them to do it.
Yeah.
If they can come out and win the doubleheader next week, they're going to be right back in the mix and probably looking at top 2 spot when we go into the second half. So a great opportunity here for the Knights, and I think they should do it comfortably.
Yeah, I agree. Huge win for them against Osborne Park. I mean, winning maybe not so much, but certainly 8-0 was a massive surprise. So really good on them, and they should beat Leeming fairly comfortably here. And our final game, is it? No.
Second
final game. Coburn are playing Doubleview. Head-to-head, a 12-10-1 record to Coburn. At the venue, it is 8-3. Well, I'd say venue, but it probably includes some old games in the 2000s, which is probably the old Coburn site. It is 10th versus 8th, and I should have said, I'll say it in a minute. Peter Burgess making his debut as skipper. The changes there, Coburn, a lot of those players are coming back after missing last week. King, Collier, Carroll, Simunovic, Madeljak. Out goes Golem, Ray, Coyne, Bandy and Vukasav. For Doubleview, Williams and Yates. I didn't even realise Anthony had missed a game. Out goes Kyle McElroy and Steve Surf.
Yeah, it's a big game for both, really. Doubleview, another side that had an 8-0, and it was their first win for the season. Unbelievable, round 7 before they had a win. They're going to have to try and back it up and try and win this one as well. Coburn, if they lose this, I think it's definite that they're going to be heading back to white.
Yeah.
They're going to have to try and find a way to win this. But I've gone with W.
Yeah, me too. And Coburn have been so competitive home and away this year without winning. I mentioned that in my review on Monday or Tuesday. So I think Doubleview would have found something with their win. So I'm going to go for Doubleview here. And our final game is the Manning versus Bassendean game. It is a 13-7-2 record to Manning, but interestingly at Manning, Bassendean 6-4 in front, and you mentioned that in your preview that Bassendean go alright at Manning, which has shown up in the stats there. It is 5th versus 1st. For Manning, Smith is in for Dave Downey, and no changes at Bassendean.
Yeah, I knew Basso had done quite well there. I didn't know that was better than Manning was. That's a very good record. Not so many would have that record against them. Lions going great guns at the moment, top of the table at the moment. Can keep that if they can get a win here today. But it's only the fact that I just can't go. I'm not going to go against Manning at home against anyone. I don't think all year. So No, I had to go with the home side.
Yeah, it was. This one's a tough one for me because we're playing well, and I fancy our chances. I think we'll turn up and play pretty well, but it's hard to go against Manning at Manning. They're such a good side, so I'm going to tip Manning. My head will go Manning, but my heart says I think we've got a really, really good chance of winning this one. One thing I wanted to mention was back to the Cambridge game. Clive Adams chalked up his 200th win as a Premier League skipper last weekend, so well done to Clive. He's the first Premier League skipper in my stats to have had 200 wins. So wow. The next best is Daniel Terrell at 179 wins. So well done, Clive, on your 200th win last week. Congratulations to you. Obviously, I haven't got any records from prior to the 90s, so maybe people like Steve Savoy and Dennis Catt and that might show up when I go back that far. But well done to you, Clive, on that win. All right, our tips. Oops, get rid of that one. So our round 7 tips, you did very well. Got 5 out of the 6 games played. We both missed out on Aussie Park, but you correctly tipped Manning over South Perth and Sorrento over Osborne Park. So we're back.
We're back to start. Yep.
Back even square. And this week, let's get rid of that one. This week our tips are: you've gone Manning tonight. I've gone Mount Lawley. We've all gone the same for the rest of the rounds. So. Tonight's game will be the defining. One of us will go one up after tonight.
Should be a good game tonight. I dare say they'll get a fair few people there to watch that. I think it'll be a very good game.
You going to head out?
I'm thinking about 50-50 at the moment. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it should be a good game. It's a nice day for it.
It is too. Yeah, lovely day.
All right, that brings us to an end today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks, Ian Suchy.
Thank you. Good bowling, everyone.
See you next Friday. Bye.